What's going on, everybody? Wanted to make a quick video, something on my mind. Maybe this will be quick, maybe not. Recent events I've experienced in my own life have led me to a firm conclusion because I've seen this pattern repeated over and over in my life as well as in the lives of the people whose success stories I listen to. And if you're not listening to success stories, manifestation success stories daily or as often as you can, you should, because it helps you to attune yourself to that frequency so that whatever that state looks like for you, you can exhibit it every day and experience that fruit. But what's been on my mind is the way that you feel when things that you don't want in your life start falling apart is critical. Now, let me break that down even further, or let me say it another way. The way that you channel thoughts and emotions as things in your present reality that are contrary to the vision that you're creating fall away from your life. Now, if it's something that's only causing you harm and you're not necessarily aware of the benefit, because just because it's causing you tons of harm doesn't mean that there isn't a benefit, but you may not necessarily be aware of it. That's not necessarily one of the tough situations where when that thing, like if you're in an abusive situation and now you move away from that situation, that's not necessarily something that you would feel some type of way about. But then again, maybe you would. Maybe you had some strong feelings towards your abuser or towards the abusers, whatever the case may be, whatever the situation that you're dealing with was. But more so what I'm talking about is the really, really tricky situations. And I guess even that can be really tricky. But the situations where something that is contrary to your vision, like say, you're performing work to pay the bills. That work provides you a social circle. Maybe you fit in, maybe you don't. That work pays your bills. You may have a vision for something that you can or should be doing, but you're not necessarily, doing that, and things fall apart. Whatever the case may be, it's in situations where we have a level of importance towards a thing, even if we're picturing something else, even if we have faith in that other thing, even if we take action to it. That's why in a lot of my videos, you'll hear me say, this stuff ain't for the faint of heart. Don't take steps along this journey if you're not ready to see your world shift. And understand, when a world is shifting, things are breaking. And if you're not willing to break some things, this journey may not be for you. Not yet. If you're comfortable where you are, it's okay. Sit and listen for a second. Start planning. But if you're going to start executing on this law, and understand that the law is absolute, so you're creating no matter what. But maybe you're comfortable with the pattern that you're currently exhibiting. Maybe you're in a situation that works for you. You ain't ready to rock the boat just yet. Well, don't start picturing yourself in a different scenario, because I guarantee you the boat's going to get rocked. I guarantee you. And you may not have time to put on a life vest before you're thrown in the ocean. And I'm not telling you that as somebody who hasn't experienced this. I have, in different forms. So I'm telling you, and I know this stuff is real. But that same force that may have potentially rocked the boat and caused some destruction is that same force that will be there for you when it's time to create something new. It's time to create something new. Understand, when your world is breaking apart, that's exactly what that means. That means that that vision is calling to you. That world is calling to you. That break of your old world, that's the doorway through which you can step and live in your new world, in the fullest expression of who you know you are. Understand that anytime any door closes in your life, there are doors opening that you just aren't aware of yet. And I know that you've heard that before. I know that you have. But it's when we get into these situations that we forget all the things that we heard. So please don't take this as me being condescending to you. I'm trying to remind you of who you are and remind you of what you know, so that when you encounter this situation, you wouldn't click on this video if you didn't encounter this situation. Maybe you just watch all my videos. But if you're watching this, who I'm speaking to, if my videos touch you, I know what that frequency is because I occupied that state. If I didn't occupy the state, I wouldn't be able to speak from it. It wouldn't resonate. You get what I'm saying? How can I speak about something I don't know? That's why I'm not on here talking about all the drama and shit going on. I don't even let that shit into my awareness. I don't. I speak about what I'm dealing with, what I'm learning, what I'm navigating, the struggles I'm overcoming, how I'm overcoming it. What am I becoming aware of as I'm monitoring my thoughts? What changes do I need to make as I see what a certain level of emotion brings about? As I see the doors open for me, as I'm walking through, as I'm applying this law. So I know where you're at when you're listening to me. I know. I get it. But if you're listening to me, I know that you know just how powerful you are. I know. Even if you may have forgot. That's why I'm going to remind you, just to give you a little jolt in that direction. When you see things falling apart that are contrary to your vision, that's not a negative destruction. But if you look at it as that and say, how can I pay my bills? Guess what? A situation will arise that will present, how can I pay my bills? If you are used to the feeling of having all your needs met, hold on to that feeling. That feeling is what keeps your needs met. The scene around you may change, but your needs can be met in any scenario. Just as your needs can be unmet in any scenario. There's an infinite number of heavens and an infinite number of hells that you can fall into if you choose to be aware of it. Now, the moment after a serious break in your world, whether it's a breakup, getting fired, like I said, it don't matter. Family turning on you, best friend gossiping, whatever. The minute after a major break in your world, so you just have interpreted a signal from some type of external stimuli that registers in your brain as some type of break from a paradigm that you're used to. Something major happened, right? In that moment, I'm not telling you that those feelings that pop up, that hurt, that pain ain't real. And I'm not telling you that you need to push that down. That's not what I'm saying. That's not it at all. You're the filter. You're the channel for all of these emotions. You're the awareness of them. You are the controller of the dials. Now, if you encounter energy, let's take this to a different level. Let's not look at this as just, let's not look at the situations at the most lowest of 3D forms. Let's take it to a different level where we can apply it to any situation and actually make a difference, right? So you encounter energy that has an influence or an effect on you, causing an arising or uprising, whatever, of an emotion that you don't want to experience. What do we do in those moments? We don't say that this isn't real. That's not how you handle that. We know what pushing everything down does. We've done that. This is beyond that. This isn't that paradigm. This isn't that state. You realize in that situation, just like in any other situation, that you are in control of your situation. You are in control of your emotions. You're in control of how you feel in any given second. So yes, this energy that you're experiencing may cause a certain reaction in you, certain chemical reaction in you, causing emotions that you don't want to experience to rise. I'm telling you, turn up the dial. Tune yourself to a different frequency. Start setting up emotional triggers. Just like this external, just like outer intention, that's what I'll call it, outer intention, which we can define as the universal plan. Because we know that everything's moving accordance to a divine plan, right? At this point, we can't deny that, right? You can't deny that. So outer intention may show you something, send signals to you. You interpret those signals. You are the transmuter. You are the alchemist. You are the magician. You are the sorcerer, whatever you want to call it. You are that. And it wasn't sent to you for you to just look at it as it is and say, oh, well, this is how it is. This is how it must be. Understand, this is progressive. You were sent these things because outer intention, the divine plan, calls for you to be able to handle greater things. But if you're stuck looking at this and not seeing the power inside of you to overcome it, you'll never get to those greater things. And your energy is supposed to be a beacon. There are others who will find their ideal state through you occupying yours. Why do you think outer intention is pushing you, molding you, shaping you into the perfection of what you could be? Think about it. Seriously, think about it. When has the worst ever been realized? And even if the worst has been realized in your life, when has what you thought ever actually been all of it? When has your initial thought about a particular thing actually been the full reality? There has always been more to any story. There's always been another perspective that you could have. And even in that minute following a major break in your reality, you can remind yourself of that. That's not diminishing that emotion. That's recognizing the emotion, giving it the respect that it deserves, and moving past it. Because you understand the power that you are and you're willing to give yourself the love and the grace that you deserve. You see that difference there? We don't run from these things. We don't skirt away from the darkness. You are the light. All you got to do is express. Darkness has to flee. I love you. I hope something that I said in this video resonates with you. I mean what I said. In any given moment, you are in control of your mental state. I'm going to say that in as many videos as I can, because a lot of people don't know how true this shit is. And then when you fall into a situation, when you're in that moment where you need to make a decision, where it's a pressure situation, you crumble because you don't know who you are. And you don't understand that any given moment means any given moment, not just the good times, not just when you got to motivate somebody, but when the things that you don't even want in your life anyway start falling away, making a path for you. I'm not gonna make this video too much longer. I hope you get the message. I love you. I want to see the fullest expression of you. This is The Spark.